And if you want to find out how I got my makeup like this, stay tuned.
How much it costs? It never been cheap. It never been. Turn your click up, dog. Turn them up. Turn your bitch up, dog. Turn her up. Turn these streets can't cross it. Cross them up. All these streets need bosses. Boss them up. Turn your click up, dog. Turn them up. Turn your bitch up, dog. Turn her up.
Welcome to my YouTube channel, everyone. My name is pharaoh, and I'm back at it again with another video. Based off of the title of today's video, I am going to be doing a highly requested step-by-step tutorial on how to create a flawless beat on yourself. Keep in mind, this is very beginner friendly. Most of the products that I'm going to be using in today's video is like you can find it at a local drugstore, Walmart, or a hair supply. But without further ado, let's just get straight to the video. Before we get started, I got my copyright free playlist from Zuri's Empire. Okay, that's where this music coming from, so shout out to Zuri. Anyway, I'm gonna go in with my Pro Filter primer from Fenty Beauty. And I'm also starting off with a fresh face. I made sure I lotion my face because it's extremely important to make sure that your face is like saturated. I did not know that, but you gotta make sure that you got your face super saturated. Okay? Because overall, that's gonna make the foundation very smooth. Your base is gonna be very smooth, and your pores are gonna be saved, girl. So, I like to kind of let this dry. And y'all, I done had this primer for about a year, and baby, don't sleep on Riri. Riri knows what she doing. So yeah, while I'm letting that dry, I'm about to go in with my Morphe dip brow in the color Gaba. And Jaba. I think it's Gaba. Yeah, it's Gaba. Yeah, I'm about to go in with my dip brow. And I have like an angled brush. Y'all make sure y'all clean your brushes. But I have like an angled brush like this. And I'm gonna go over the outline of my eyebrow. So I'm finna show y'all. I dab, I don't dip. I dab into it like this. Okay? And then I wipe out that excess. I'll make sure y'all can see me real good. Brush your brows, you know, obviously. If you want to use brow primer, that's okay. But I just kind of found it unnecessary. It just feels like it's building up product. But I like to start by going in and filling in my brows. So I like to start with that arches. You see that arch? And I'm going like that, just so I can fill it in. You get what I'm saying? This eyebrow is always thinner. I'm gonna do the same thing on the other side. And you see how I like went under? So I'm starting at like, kind of like where the arch is. I'm not filling it in. I'm really more so creating an outline. So with the leftover product, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go slightly outside of my brow. You see that? You see how I kind of did like a very light line? Don't dip in no dip brow and try to do the line, because then it's going to be too dark. But this is going to give it that fade effect. So I like to go like that, and then I use like the tip of the arc. You see this part right here? And I draw my hairs. You know what I'm saying? Like that. Okay? See how I did that? And it look a little scared right now, but just be with me. So after that, I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna do a light line. And then I'm gonna draw my hairs. Like that. This side is much better than this side. I might redo this one. So that's how you want it. Yeah, I'm gonna try to redo this one. I'm gonna go in with a makeup wipe just to kind of take some of that excess off at the tip, because It's giving block, and that ain't cute. So I'm gonna go like that. Boom. You see how easy that was? I just wiped the tip and I'm gonna do it again. I probably ain't even gotta do it again, honestly. So from there, I'm now brushing. And the point is to give it like a fade. So you wanna brush from the very top until it fades. You see that? You see how it's trying to fade now? Now we're gonna use concealer to clean this up, but just for right now, that's cool. Do that. So yeah, we are done. I might need this a little later, but we done with the filling in part. So now you wanna go in with a flat concealer brush. I know my brush is dirty, but you see how that is? It's like really flat. You wanna go in with a brush like this. Now when it comes down to your concealer, you want to make sure that it's like 2 tones lighter than your actual skin complexion. So I have the Full Cover Concealer Pro Touch. I don't know where I got this from. It's in the color toffee, and it's from Kiss. If I ain't mistaken, I probably got this from a hair store. But child, get you this concealer, because this concealer do what it gotta do. It's so full coverage. So I like to get some and put it on my hand just so that I can control how much concealer I'm actually putting onto my skin. So you see my brush. Sorry. See my brush? I'm gonna tap. You see how I'm tapping in? Tap both sides just in case. But you wanna gently tap it on. And then, I'm sorry, y'all. You want to start from the very arch, like at the very top. So not exactly where your eyebrows start, but you want to go like a little bit further. Kind of like with the line you drew. You see that? You want to do it a little bit before, so you can be able to do that fade effect for sure. So once again, I'm kind of starting before the eyebrow. And I'm just following my natural arch. I'm following the natural arch. I'm not forcing the arch. I'm literally just going how my eyebrows are shaped. Like that. You see how I did it? So of course, I mean, obviously I'm gonna get ready to clean them up, but that's what I do. Okay. So you see how I did that? So you should be able to have 2 fully developed arches. Or just follow your brow line. If you ain't got no arch, it's okay, boo. But don't try to force an arch if you ain't got one. It's cool. So I'm not even gonna lie. For a fully beat, like coverage face, I like to mix my concealer with my foundation. So, by the way, I'm using most of the products that I'm gonna be using today. You can find in like Walmart or a local beauty supply store. So that way it's like very affordable and I'm not just running out. Let me put it down. So yeah. So what I like to use for my foundation is Maybelline Fit Me. And like I said, you can really find this out of Walmart, Ulta, Sephora, Walgreens. Like everybody got Maybelline. And I'm using the tone 356, which is Warm Coconut Cocoa Chad. Don't drag me, y'all. I like to use this though. And what I like to do is, like I said, I like to put this stuff on my hand so that I can control how much product I want on my skin. So anyway, I'm gonna get some more of my concealer from Kiss. And I'm dabbing more on there. So y'all see that? So you see my concealer is obviously the light one and my foundation is obviously the dark one. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna lightly blend. So if y'all can see, I'm mixing. Y'all see how I'm kind of mixing it? I ain't mixing all that product, but I'm trying to get a slightly darker color than my concealer for the top of my brows. So y'all see that? Like, this is the concealer color, this is the foundation color, and they had a baby, period. So I'm gonna repeat the same process. I'm gonna start a little bit. That light is a little too bright. Hold on, y'all. So yeah, I literally just started a little bit, just like how I did the bottom. I'm going a little bit outside of my eyebrow, and I'm just following the arch of my brow. I'm not painting or adding foundation on top of my brow to create an arch. I'm literally just following the arch that God gave me. And I done accidentally got over it a little bit. That's fine though. So if you do like me and you accidentally put a little bit of foundation, that's okay. Because get what? You gonna go back in with your dipbrow and you just gonna fill back in where you just did that at. Okay, you see how I did that? Good as new. So yeah, like I said, back to the concealer brush. So you see how I got like this gap right here? That's me following my natural arch. So now I'm gonna go in and kind of customize my brows a little bit. Like, I don't like my tails to be that thick, so I'm just going in and cleaning up, you know, how thick I want my tails to be. That's the same over here. Like, you see when I follow my natural brow, I still got a little bit just kind of left over. I'm gonna get some of my foundation mix or whatever, and I'm gonna just clean it up. Boom. Like that. So, yeah, see this? Usually I just keep on going, but for the purpose of a tutorial, I'm gonna just clean this off now because I no longer need this stuff, okay? Obviously, we gotta use it on the base, but as far as eyebrows, this is all the product that I use. So now here comes the magic, right? I like to use, what kind of brush is this? This is a medium shadow brush. I got this from Ulta. No. I got this brush from Walmart, y'all. It's like a whole little pack of these I got from Walmart. And they're like super affordable, I think, for like the whole pack of like 6 or 7, it was like $9. So I like to go in with a soft brush, and I'm gonna start from where the harsh line is and literally blend it out. Notice how I'm nowhere near where I actually applied the concealer on my brows because I want it to give clean. So once again, I'm going right where that harsh line is, where you can obviously tell, like where you can obviously tell that it's no longer makeup, it's skin. I'm going in with that, and I'm cleaning it up. See that? So now we're gonna do the same exact thing at the top. I personally like to kind of go up, just so that it can clean. You can't see those lines that we did earlier. Yeah, and I'm going towards the top of that line. Like, you see this line? Pay attention to what I do. I'm nowhere near my actual brow. I'm nowhere near my tail. I'm strictly targeting the line that shows that it's no longer makeup. So we're gonna do the same thing on this side. Y'all see that? Look at that, seamless. The brows look tatted, baby. But yeah, so that's pretty much how I do my eyebrows. So no need to get excited. I just personally like to do my eyebrows first because that's what takes the longest. But yeah, like, that's pretty much that. So, going in the order of how I like to do my makeup, the next step for me is personally doing the base. Because I typically don't know what type of eyeshadow look I'm going for until after I done did my makeup. So we're gonna go in the order that I like to go. That's okay. So, next step is we allow the primer to dry. And my skin is glowing, it's clean, yeah. Okay, so the next step, after you allow the primer to dry, for the girls that struggle with dark marks and acne, like myself, I found the trick, guys, for a flawless beauty. You have to color correct your skin, ladies. Now, me, I have a warm undertone. If you don't know what undertones are, it's basically like the color under your skin. So, for example, I'm very warm. I can get very red, but it's some people who's a little cooler in the face. Because I have a red undertone, I like to color correct with the color red. So you see where I got these dark marks at, like right here? I'm gonna get my concealer, my Pro Concealer from LA Girl. I got this out of Ulta. In all of the little areas where I have dark marks, I like to go in and cover these up. Now, this is totally optional. This is totally optional if you rather be like, look, I ain't trying to buy no red concealer, or I don't even know what that mean. Cool, baby, this your world. I'm just living it. I just wanted to show y'all what I do, cause I ain't even gonna lie, this is a game changer for me. When I did my makeup like this and I color corrected, I was like, wow. So now I'm going in with a beauty blender, and I like to use a little bit of setting spray. I got this setting spray. This is NYX Bear With Me. It's like a prime spray, a finish spray. It's a pretty good spray for beginners. I got this out of Walmart. I think it was like $8. I'm not sure. But it's very misty. I like to wet my beauty blender. And I'm just gonna go in and I'm gonna blend all of those areas. Okay. Now that I did that, we about to go back in with our foundation from Maybelline Fit Me. Boom. And I have my foundation brush. It kind of looks like a paintbrush. You're going to go in. You see how I got it back on my hand? I'm dabbing it in. And I'm going to make about 4 strokes on each side of my face. Y'all see how I did it? Real easy and simple. From there, you are gonna get, do I wanna blend it yet? We're gonna blend it so everything is seamless. So from there, I like to blend my foundation with a very, what kind of brush is this? I don't know, it's kind of fluffy though. It ain't as fluffy as this one, Because this one I like to use for powder. This I like to use for blending concealer. Blending my foundation. Now what I learned is, in order to get a really seamless beat, you gotta start using brushes. Game changer. Because what happens is sponges absorb the makeup and kind of leave it like a sheer look. Brushes actually locks in your product. So game changer, ladies. I'm saying it to you. But not even ladies. Whoever just trying to get their face beat, game changer. So yeah, I'm going in and I'm literally like just patting it in. All right, cool. So now that we did that, now that we did that, dang, I sound like I got lips or something. I'm going back in with my drugstore concealer. Let me not play with Kiss like that. I'm going back in with my Kiss concealer. And instead of using the concealer brush like we used last time, I personally like to go in with the actual stick that comes with it for some reason. I don't know. So I'm gonna go in the inner corner, go down a little bit, and I'm gonna draw a line like that. See how I did that? Now, when it comes down to your concealer, the purpose of concealer is to highlight your areas that are supposed to be lighter, but it also gives you a lift. So I like to put my concealer like all the way out here. So when I blend it, my face is lifted. So I'm gonna do the same thing on the other side. Okay. I did a little circle right here. I went down. It's like if I was to have a wing, I don't think I'm gonna do a wing for this look today, but if I was to do a wing, I got the concealer like in the same direction as where I would lay my wing. So yeah, that's how I like to do my under eye. I like to do concealer right here. I like to do concealer on my chin, like a little circle. I also like to do concealer on my forehead, like a little tree. I do like 3 or 4 specks right there. And a game changer. I'm about to name this video game changer. A game changer that I do not use bronzer, like a liquid bronzer. I do a reverse conceal strategy. So what I do is, instead of doing dark, you know what I'm saying? I use concealer and draw out the bottom of my jawline. I'm gonna do the same thing on this side. You see how I did that? Reason being is because I am a lighter brown girl. So for those who aren't familiar with how like skin complexion work, for those that's like light brown, we change by the season. So my color or my shade that I would use in the winter is not the same as the color I would use in the summer. And I'm not gonna keep buying no foundation. So right now my foundation is just slightly darker. So I like to use reverse contour because it lightens up the areas that connect to my neck, and it really just brings everything back to my original color. But anyway, after I put my concealer on, I like to go in with a setting spray. And it's okay to soak your face, because I told you that's the key. You have to soak your face or you're gonna look cakey. So reason why I like to use a setting spray, I'm not even gonna lie, I saw this step in a routine before, and I was like, let me just try it. And what I learned from it is that it really blends that concealer for real. So I ain't gonna let it sit too long, but it also helps really good to let your concealer sit for under your eyes, because you know you get those lines up under there. So now going in, my concealer brush for blending is almost like my foundation. Let me show you the difference. So my foundation brush looks like this. Yeah. My concealer brush kind of has an angle, and I'll show you why later. So I like to blend from top to bottom. So I'm gonna start off with my forehead. So you notice how I'm kind of like dabbing. I'm dabbing and I'm basically blending until I see a seamless look, if that makes sense. You see that? Like now it look like it was never there. I like to touch back through here, because you know no product never gets on that part. Then next is my eyes. So I'm gonna go in with the angle. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna blend right here where the line is, y'all, just like how we did the eyebrows. So only where the line is, and of course I'm gonna blend up under my eye so it's not too cakey. But yeah, the goal is to touch where that line is. I'm gonna kind of blend it on, bring it down this way. I'm gonna do the same thing on the other side. I got the arch, and I'm starting from right here. And I'm blending right where that line is. Yeah, right where that line is. Cool. So after we do that, we're gonna continue. So you see my cheek? I'm gonna blend down. Watch what I mean. I'm blending right where the bottom of that baseline is. You see that? Now you see how it's such a major difference between this side and the up top? So after you blend down, now I'm gonna go back and forth between these two lines until it's seamless. See that? You see how it's like a lift? So now I'm gonna do the same thing on this side. I'm going down. And then once I go down, I'm now gonna go blend in between, like back and forth. Okay. And now, last but not least, my chin. With my chin, I kind of go in a circular motion. Like that. Okay. And there you have it. There is your concealer and foundation. So, to ensure that everything stays in place, we are now gonna go ahead and set. Make sure you set your face. Like anything, which is a gem. Anytime you put liquid, anything on your face, it automatically has to have a powder. If you do not have a powder, it becomes separated. It becomes, it looks a mess. Like you look real shiny. So if you really like that matte finish, cause like I'm a matte type of girl. Yeah, make sure you set it. So I'm going in. I love, love, love my setting powders from Morphe. So I'm gonna be using 2. One, this is Banana Rich. This is gonna set my concealer. And to set my foundation, I'm gonna use Translucent Rich. Both from Morphe. Banana Rich is kind of like yellowy looking. Really need to get some more of her, honestly. Got to the lab it. So boom. So you see how much of that I put on there? I'm gonna go in with my beauty blender. Now this is when I do not, and I repeat, do not wet your beauty blender when you are putting on your setting powder. It's supposed to be dry. So you see how I press that in? I'm gonna use this part of my hand, kind of rub that in, make it smooth. And then I'm gonna go ahead and set. Set going upwards, okay? Up. You see I'm going up? Okay. Okay. So now, y'all know we put concealer right here. I don't use a massive amount of powder because it's unnecessary. You're gonna have to wipe it off anyway. So I try to minimize it, which is why I rub it in my hand like that. So I'm gonna put some right here. I just had to put some on my forehead. Okay. Now I ain't gonna lie. I do like to use this type of brush when it comes down to setting my foundation, just so I can give it like a seamless blend all together. So once again, this is the color Translucent Rich Morphe setting powder. So you see how I kind of like went like that, and I'm gonna get all that excess out. Ooh. Okay, and I'm gonna see how I did that? All right. So now, while my concealer and foundation is setting, I now like to go in with my powders to really bring out my looks. So this is True Complexion Contour Palette in the color light to medium. You don't know about this, baby, this is the biggest gem I can get you. This is the perfect palette for beginners when it comes down to contouring your face, because these colors are very warm. Now they also have colors for darker girls as well. It goes medium to dark, and you know, you got this. But because of my complexion, I do like to use this palette. So what I'm gonna do is go in with, where is it? All right. What I'm doing now is warming up my face, because right now it's giving very much donut, it's giving very much cakey, but no worries. So I'm gonna go in with the Scope. I like to kind of mix them, but I got a brush kind of similar to like my foundation brush. I ain't gonna lie, I don't remember where I got this from. I think I got it from a beauty supply store, but it's like a fluffy brush. We'll go in with Scope and a little bit of contour, and I'm gonna hit those areas. So I'm gonna go right here where my temple is and kind of go down just a little bit, okay? You see how I did that? I'm just going a little bit. Same on the other side. Right where my temple is, I'm going, if I had to give you like a direction, I'm probably going from my temple to where the arch of my eyebrow is, I guess. And mine, peep how I'm blending up. So it's important when you're using contour and sculpting, it's important to highlight areas that's like around the baseline of your makeup. So I'm gonna go around my forehead, like the perimeter of my forehead. So you see how I got like a little line? We gotta clean it up. And I'm also gonna be using some down here and blending it down. I like to go up under my chin because I feel like my chin is just a little, it be a little heavy in certain angles of my pictures. So I'm going right here with it. And I'm literally just going down until it's blended enough for me. You see that though? It's light. That's what you want to go for. You want to go for light. Okay, let's keep going. So the next step is to, what I'm gonna do now, it's a little backwards, but I'm now about to go ahead and contour my nose. The way I contour my nose and add eyeshadow at the same time. Reason being is because I like my contour to be seamless, and I want my eyeshadow to be matte. Like y'all see how my eyes are like very shiny. You see how it's very shiny? I like it to be matte. So I like to go in. This is my holy grail. This is my PB&J. This is EBIN's Secret of Pharaoh eyeshadow palette. You can get this eyeshadow palette for sure out of a hair store. But baby, I got like 3 of these. I'm on this so bad. If you're a beginner, it's really good because you can contour, you can highlight, you have all the neutral colors to just get away with the basic glam. So definitely use this. But I'm gonna go in with my eyeshadow palette, my eyeshadow brush is like a little fluffy. I'm gonna go in with the color Desert. Look, you can tell that you've been through it. I'm gonna go in with the color Desert though, as a base for my eyeshadow. Just so that it's matte. I'm gonna go in on the other side, and the way I'm doing, I'm literally just like blotting. I'm not like going like this. Blotting the product on my eye. And for very specific instructions, I'm doing it to where you can see the, like, until you can't see the veins from my eyebrow. As soon as you can't see the vein no more, I stop. You see how that look? It's seamless. And literally, just make sure you don't go up too high because you want your concealer from your eyebrow to still hit. So as long as you got that still hitting, you good. So after I go in and fully cover my eyelids in the color of desert, I'm gonna go in with the same brush so I can blend it. I'm gonna go in with the color pyramid. This one right here. I'm gonna go in with pyramid, right? And you see how I'm following my eyeshadow? I'm gonna let it come out just a little bit. You see how I let it come out a little bit and it just got on my nose? After I do that, I just go all the way down. And then I blend. Like that. And then after that, I bring the color pyramid all the way back up on where my eyeshadow was to kind of use it as an outer layer. And now I'm gonna do the same exact thing on the other side. So I'm starting with my eyebrow. Let me make sure y'all can see. You see where my eyeshadow is? And then I'm going like, whoop. I got on my nose. After I get on my nose, I just keep going down. Like that. Now when it comes down to contouring my nose, I do like to kind of go down to an angle. Once I get like right here, I go in at an angle just a little bit so that my nose can give like button. And then after that, I'm gonna blend it back in. I'm gonna get that same color. I'm gonna just make sure it's blended. Okay. All right. So after I do that, I like to go in with the brush. The brush that I blend, remember this brush that I blend my eyebrows with? I like to go in and just kind of clean up like excess. All right. So after we do that, guys, we actually about almost done. We almost done, y'all. So after that, we just got a few more steps left. I like to go in with my Ruby Kisses Dare blusher. I got this from the hair store. And let's see. You're gonna get the blush. My blush brush looks just like my foundation brush. But I like to use this light pink. I used to really like the red, but as you can see, the red gone. But I like the light pink better anyway. So I like the blush. I like to blot it in like that. And then I kind of go from the temple to like almost the middle of my eye. Like that. I'm gonna do the same thing on the other side. Cause I don't know about y'all, but I'm a blush girly. I love me a good blush, y'all. Like, I can't even hold y'all. So, boom. After that, the next step here is to add your highlight. when it comes down to the highlight, I like to use like a little light brush like this. If I'm not mistaken, this is definitely an eyeshadow brush. But for my nose, I definitely like to use this because it gives it like a little fan effect. And I like to make a little button. And I'm also gonna do one right here. Next, I'm gonna go up under the arch of my eyebrow. And I am gonna put a nice little amount of highlight up under there. And we're gonna do it on the other side as well. And then the last part is I like to get a fan highlight brush, fan it on there, and we're gonna put it in the cheek. Now the way I like to do it, wherever, like when I go like this to the side, wherever my face naturally shines at, that's where I like to go. So like right at the tip of your cheek. So I guess if you're looking at your eyebrow, wherever that part is, put it right there. See that? How it's pleasant. It ain't forcing it. So we're actually almost done. We almost done. Second to last step. Next is the eyeliner. Ladies, when it comes down to an eyeliner, make sure that you get a liner that's very smooth. For example, I barely put this on my hand. I'm barely touching my hand. You see that? If you got one that's dried out, you might as well just give it a Charlie. Like it's a wrap. Don't do it. But yeah, get you a light eyeliner, and to avoid messing up your makeup that you just put on, use your finger like this. And I'm not gonna put some more on my face edge. See that? That's why it's good to have a, ooh, look at me just messed up my freaking makeup. Why I did do that? I'll fix that in a minute. But you see how easy, like I'm like lightly on the waterline of my eyes. And it's on. That's why it's very important to make sure that you get an eyeliner that's very easy to apply. Because if not, you're gonna just be digging into your eyes and they're gonna get irritated and they ain't no telling what's gonna happen. So next, this is very, very optional. Both of these actually is very optional. But I am a wing girl. Hey, I love me a good wing. So, very optional. But I like to put on wings for one because when it comes down to a wing and you put on lashes, it gives you room for error. So the way I do a wing is I stop at where the tip of my eye, like at the very tip top of my eyelid, before it starts back arching down. I do a straight line. Oh, I ain't even tell y'all my products. For my eyeliner, I ain't gonna lie, I got this out of Walmart. It's called Absolute in the color black for my bottom liner. For my top liner, I'm using NYX Epic Wear Waterproof Liner. So yeah, you see how I kind of drew it out a little bit, like a straight line? And then I'm gonna go arch up and fill it in. And then after that, I'm gonna just trace. Boom. I'm gonna trace my eyes just like that. Same thing on the other side. So I trust myself a lot to be sitting here doing my makeup in this phone like this. Okay, so y'all see how I started? Know what this arch is. See what the arch is? Watch what I do. I kept going straight. You see how I kept going straight? Pay attention, ladies. So boom, after I keep going straight, I'm just gonna meet this going at the bottom. Boom. And there we go. That is how you do a wing. It's very simple. It's giving very much cat eye. Another very unnecessary step. I like to add moles back where. So I have moles on my face already. So I mean beauty marks on my face. So I like to just go in and add them back. Cause makeup be trying to cover them when I like them. Boom. Okay. We almost done, y'all. So now it's time to saturate your face again. I don't want to hear it. Saturate your face. Once again, I have the NYX Bare With Me, Prime Set, Refresh, all of that type of stuff. But it is a multitasking spray. Really good for setting it and finishing it. Whew. I'm gonna let that dry. While I'm letting that dry, let's go in with a lip combo, shall we? Let's go with the infamous nude lip combo. Baby, trust me, this ain't about revenge. So call me ghetto, I don't care. This is the NYX Epic Wear. I love this. I freaking love this lip liner. The problem is I ain't got no pencil sharpener. So I'm gonna be using it. I'm gonna be applying it with my nail. Okay? This is a no judgment zone. Y'all already know what's going on over here. Always have been. Always will be. So yes, this is the lip lining stick in the color burnt sienna. I almost said burnt sierra. Don't be judging me. Okay. Next, I'm going in with my Morphe nude lipstick. This is in the color version. Amen. Now, when it comes down to this nude, to really make it pop, you have to be very careful. It's super bright. Watch this. See how bright that is? So I put on my bottom and I'm gonna go just like this. Try not to mix it unless you absolutely have to, but blot it. And then what I'm gonna do now, I'm just go back in with my lip liner. I ain't got no freaking. If I had a pencil sharpener, it'd be over. Okay. So the final step, guys, is to apply some lashes. Why I forgot to put lashes on, y'all? Like, what? I know y'all like, I know she ain't trying to do no flawless tutorial with no lashes. I hate wearing lashes, y'all. I absolutely hate wearing lashes, but they definitely do the do. So I got this lash glue out of Walmart, I think. I don't know where I got this lash glue from. I either got it out of Walmart or Ulta. I'm not quite sure. But this is a super strong strip lash adhesive. Let me put y'all on game when it comes to the lash glue. When it's white, you gotta let it sit for about a good 30 seconds before you put them on your eyes. It ain't like hair glue. It's 2024. Stop using hair glue for your lashes. And you wonder why they keep falling out. Don't use don't use no hair glue. But I'm finna show y'all what I mean. Y'all see what it look like? You see how it's white? You gotta let it, give it a minute to dry. So I like to go in and go up at the top. At the very top of my lash, like at the arch, kind of like where I was telling y'all about for the wing. And then I just apply, because once you got it at the top, everything else just kind of fall in place. See how I put that on? So now we're gonna do the same exact thing to the other side. All right, let me put my wig on and then I'm gonna be right back. This is the final look after putting on my lashes. Now, like I said, this is a very detailed step-by-step tutorial on how to create a flawless finish. It's very much matte, but it's very cute and it don't do too much. Now, if y'all want something that gives like full-on glam, cut crease, red lip, whatever the case may be, definitely just let me know in the comment section. And I also create a detailed list on all of the products that I use. But if you watched it all the way through, this is no skips. Literally, we did our makeup together from start to finish. And yeah, so don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. Once again, my name is pharaoh, and I will see y'all in the next video. Bye, y'all.
Nameless, are you nameless? Nameless, are you nameless?